Good morning, everybody. I hope you're having a wonderful morning this morning. It's beautiful here. My husband's off golfing already this morning. I thought it was going to rain, but he said it's not. So that's a good thing. Yesterday, I had talked to you a little bit about the cholesterol. Today, I want to do the diabetes and A1C. And I actually slipped up yesterday and said A1C and cholesterol, but I meant A1C and diabetes. Let's talk a little bit A1C. I really never thought it was that big a deal until I listened to Dr. Berry and found out it's really a big deal. Your body, when that A1C is up, that's when you start having some very bad situations with your body, and anything could happen. So, here's you need to know what it means and why you should take care, or you should really care about it. Many people in the world have diabetes and type 2 diabetes, and they don't even know they have it. It's because they, when you go to your doctor, sometimes they do the fasting blood sugar, and sometimes they don't ask to do an A1C or do an A1C, and that's a very important number, and there's very many reasons why. So say it's slightly elevated, and the doctor will tell you, well, we'll check it in another 6 months, 3 months, whatever they want to do, okay? At that time period, they should be telling you steps you should take to get that elevation down. And I know that a lot of them don't do it. One, maybe they don't have the time. Maybe two, they just don't want to take the time, and they figure you need to get online and you need to do some research. It's a smart thing to be doing. Let's talk about hemoglobin. You know, it's a protein that is in your red blood cells. And your red blood cells carry oxygen and many other things around your body. So your hemoglobin is a very important part of the red blood cell, and the average red blood cells live about 120 days. And that's on average. It says it varies because of medication or diseases or any other things that can change the average lifespan of your red blood cells. But most generally, it's 120 days. So as time goes on and your glucose, here's what your glucose does. The blood sugar will stick to the hemoglobin of the red blood cell. And the higher your blood sugar is, then the more glucose there is that will stick to your hemoglobin's red blood cells. And that's why you have to be very careful about this. Now, I write these notes down because I know I'll forget to tell you things. Now, other doctors may call this test a glycated hemoglobin. The A1C is a subfraction. It's like your hemoglobin is a subfraction that is actually measured to see how much it has been glycated, and that gives us a rough 3 months. You get a 3 months average here of what your blood sugar has been running. Okay, so like my husband went the day when he had his, of course she didn't do a fasting, his was 7.2. Now he hasn't been doing this, watching his hemoglobin as closely as I wanted him to start out doing, but he is now, so that's a good thing. And he's got his at a good number right now. His glucose is running very good, and it's around 107 to 113, and that's good compared to 130, 140, 160. He's even had his 190. So, and one time he went to his doctor and it was 300 because he had just ate. This is something you got to watch is your cereals. See, that's why grains and a lot of the stuff that's in these cereals aren't good. He had ate cereal, his post-raisin bran cereal. I don't care what brand it is, you shouldn't even eat it. And it raised his blood sugar, and she said that is the worst thing you can do is eat the raisins with the cereal and fruits like that, because it will raise your glucose, let alone the grains are not good for you. So that kind of got him off of doing that. So now he's doing better with what he's eating. Not quite as good as I like him to be, but that's okay. So the higher your blood sugar, the higher A1C will be. If your blood sugar is always normal, then it's normal to have a few molecules of glucose attached to the red blood cells, so that's nothing to really worry about. But if you have many of these molecules attached to your red blood cells, this can mess up your whole system. You know, your whole body just don't understand, why is this stuck to me? And it causes this damage to your red blood cells and causes them to die faster than they need to in your body. So that's something very important to think about. And I didn't know all this. That's why I like going online, listening to Dr. Berry's videos, because he teaches you, and he has a lot of videos on this. But the beauty of the A1C test is you can test it yourself any time of the day. That's where your blood sugar glucose little monitor will tell you just about where your A1C is, and we'll kind of talk about that here in a few minutes. You always should check your blood sugar fasting every day. Dawn does it every day. I don't check it. I've never really had a problem with that. Even when I have checked it with his, I've always been below 100. And the only reason mine was high the other day is I fasted, but I had just worked out, and that will raise your hemoglobin, your glucose in your body. So I wasn't too worried about that because I had just worked out before I had my blood work, and I had told them that. And they said, well, that'll cause a lot of things not to be right, which I didn't know that. So maybe it's a good thing not to work out before you have a fasting blood sugar test done. I'm learning. Okay. Now your A1C can be checked any time of the day, whether you're fasting or not, but you can do that. Even though my husband didn't fast, I wasn't too happy with his marker, but we'll see, because he did eat something pretty high in sugar that morning. And it will kind of give you a deeper look at what your glucose's metabolism it has been up to lately. Like, say if you eat something you think will spike your insulin and raise that blood sugar in an hour to 2 hours, take it just to check. And it kind of give you an idea of what this certain food is actually doing to your insulin, spiking it every time you eat. So that's something you really got to be careful with. And if you don't have a problem with your blood sugar, like I was saying, running high, you can get away with having a cholesterol level done once a year, or not cholesterol, sorry, your blood sugar checked once a year. If you're like me, I just don't run high because I don't eat a lot of sweets, and I'm eating no bread now at all, other than my keto once in a great while, and that's not even bread. That's like we had a muffin. I haven't had a muffin for a month. So, I don't do it every day. I don't do bread at all anymore. That's just something I just got away from. Don't care to have it. Don't need it. Just don't eat it. So I'm good with that. They say if your A1C is 1/10 of a point, you are pre-diabetic, higher than it needs to be. You need to be serious about your diet if you're a diabetic. The lifestyle you live and eat, it means a lot, and you can reverse, because people are doing it on the keto carnivore diet or low carb diets. They are actually reversing their type 2 diabetes. They're off their medicine. Someone even told on their comments that they got off their insulin, and that's great. When you can get off your insulin, that's a good thing. So yeah, there's nothing wrong with the keto diet done right. I think if you don't take it seriously and really want to do a good job with keto, then yeah, you're just hurting yourself. I don't count ketones. Some people do. I just eat good foods, so I don't have to worry about the ketones. And a lot of them do it so they can have a cheat night. Like, okay, tonight I'm going to eat me a donut, or I'm going to have me a cupcake, or I'm going to have me some of that chocolate cake. Hey, do the keto one. You're not doing that bad. However, if you just go out and buy it at the store, I'm sorry, you just messed your body up. Even if you are counting ketones, it's still not good for you. And that's just how I feel, and a lot of other people who are serious about doing the right carnivore diet feel the same way. You definitely don't want to become a type 2 diabetes, and that's when your blood sugar goes way up there. And we'll talk about that here. You just need to fix your diet. That's the best thing. So the levels we talked about with your A1C, anything under 5.7 is considered normal. If 5.7 to 6.4, you are a pre-diabetic. Hate to tell you that, but it is the truth. Your blood glucose range should range around 118 to 139. That will give you it will keep you right at about 5.7. So you want to keep it like 118 to 139, nothing over that. that should put you about 5.7. Anything over that is bad, bad, bad. Your A1C, if it's 6.5 or higher, you are now considered a type 2 diabetes, and that's not good. Okay, you're pre-diabetic if you get yourself at the above 5.7. You're really going to a type 2 diabetes. Anything over 5.7. On my little range that I had, here's what it said, and so I think there's some different views out there. It says that with my glucose, the normal is below 100. Your pre-diabetic is between 100 to 125, and diabetic is 126 higher. So, that's when you're on your little pills and you're doing that. So to help yourself reverse it, just do a low carb, high fat, keto diet. That's all you really need to do. And when you do that, I think you'll feel a lot better. And I know I do. Don does. And his glucose is staying below 115. I'm happy about that, because when it was going back and forth, he's had it as low as 99 and 95. So he knows he can do it if he pays attention. And thank goodness he's kind of getting off his pop. The soda pop is not good for us. So something to think about. Your type 2 diabetes is a huge factor, because it brings on diseases in your body like dementia, stroke, heart attack. You can even lose parts of your body and have your legs and arms amputated, and that's not a good thing, and you don't want that. I've had that in my family. I had an uncle who had lost his leg. Don's wife had lost part of her ankle because of that, and that's why I'm telling you, it is a serious thing. And I never really took it serious. I just never did. Now, yeah, I'm older. I'm going to be taking it serious. Even you young people need to stop thinking about this, or start thinking about this. And the reason is, you could be that and not even know it and feel good, and then all of a sudden it's going to hit you like a rock. And then that's when you're going to say, I didn't even know I had it. I understand. It can cause blindness, and you can also be on dialysis. So anytime that your hemoglobin, A1C, is over 5.7, even 5.6 is really good. You really should keep it there. But if it's 5.7 or lower, you're good. But if it's over 5.7, start doing something. Go on YouTube and watch Dr. Berry. He has a lot of information on the type 2 diabetes. And this last part of it about the numbers and stuff I got with you can reverse. He has a type 2 diabetes. You can reverse it. So go there and listen to some of his stuff. I think you'll be interested in, seeing what he says. There's a lot of doctors out there right now talking to people about things. And I also wanted to show you, see my little lemon squeezer? Here's my little lemon squeezer. Put a little lemon down in here. You push on that, and it squeezes all that lemonade out there. All that lemon out of that lemonade. But I'm going to be doing that today, and I thought, well, I'll just show you what I do with my little lemon thing, and that's what I do. That's my little lemon thing, and it does a great job on the lemons. So I bought mine at Walmart. I got something yesterday I want to share with you, especially you who have heart disease. This supplement is something Dr. Berry is starting to take, and a lot of people are taking it. They've heard about how many years it's been on the market. I think it's just really coming out now. Where they always told us our fat was what was clogging our arteries? Well, it's the trans fats. It's the all the vegetable oils and the stuff that's not good for us. And they said the best way to do that is statins, to get rid of all that artery stuff. No. Here is a pill that I'm taking. And if you are on warfarin, you can't take this pill unless you monitor it with your doctor and talk to your doctor about it. That's something Don, if he decides to do, I have to talk to his doctor. I'm taking it now to clean arteries out. And I don't know what my artery is. I want to do a coronary artery scan if I can find a hospital around this area that does it. And I'm hoping I can. And I want to have that done, because all it is just a scan right over your body. And it shows the top part down through to your heart. And Butter Bob Briggs actually put this on his video, or one of his YouTube channels, because he had his done. And I think it was too close to probably his last few videos he made, because he did make a good many of them. He does a good job, and I like to listen to his videos. So you can go on there and check it. But here is what they call MK7. And I got this on Amazon, and this is the one they recommend. It's by Jarrow, Jarrow Formulas. That is one that Dr. Berry takes. And no, he doesn't get money from it. He just wants you to be well, like I'm telling you, be well. You know, I got mine on Amazon. I took one this morning. I don't know what it's going to do, but we'll see. It's the most active form. It says it's the most active form of vitamin K. And that's why you got to watch being a warfarin or any kind of blood thinners, because it is, you know, it's K clots your blood. So you don't want to take that and then your blood start running low and getting clogged. So I'm going to do it, and then we'll see what happens. You know, I hope I can get a test done. But it's been a beautiful day here. I'm getting ready to go to Wally World. As much as I hate to go, gotta get some stuff, and then we're going to Carnivore and Bottles later today to get us some meats to hold us through till next Thursday, which we will be heading to West Virginia then. So I'm excited about that. Anyway, you all have a blessed day, and may God be with all of you. And I love y'all. Just take care. God bless you. Bye-bye.